Dennis mentioned to me that some folks came to him and said, what happened to that Kairos thing? What's going on with it? So I took this weekend to Super Bowl weekend to talk about it. Most of y'all know who I am, Matt Johnson. If you don't, then you know who I am now. So, who we are. We're a group of volunteers that are spirit-filled, Christ-led followers that are willing to submit to the will of God. In this case, put our life on hold, enter a youth correctional facility for 3 days in a row in order to show the love of Christ so that others may live. Not just live here, not show them how we can live on earth. We want to show them how they can live forever. Show them how they can live in heaven. Now, some of them may have heard about it. Some of them may have been drugged to church, literally. But they're in a position now where I would imagine they need to hear it again. As many of us do, even the ones that are living out here, I need to hear it again. Our mission is to follow Christ in order that the participants will see that it is okay for them to remove their mask and be the person Christ intended for them to be. I use the term mask because during the weekend, during the process, they're given a mask and they are to decorate this mask, personalize this mask, because this mask is going to represent them and they have to take this mask off. And many of us have had to take masks off. Amen? We have to take our mask off. Several times. Sometimes we put them back on. We like it so much, but we have to take it back off. But that's why we're there. We're there to teach them you can take it off and you can leave it off because you are loved. And they probably have never known the kind of love that Christ wants to love them with. Now, I was sitting here thinking, it's bad enough if my daughter was there. But being there and not knowing who Christ is, man, that's the end of the world. But we don't go into this lightly. Okay? We have 5 Saturdays, 8 hours a day, and they're for training. And you think, wow, that's a lot. It is a lot, but God's calling for us to be a lot through Him. We have to be everything He needs us to be for those 3 days in their face, in front of Him. We're taking Christ to the broken probably to the point where only some of you even have a clue of what I'm talking about. Very broken. But we also have to be trained in the way DOC wants us to behave and what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do while we're there. And also the Kairos way. We have to know how they want us. There's just a lot to do, there's a lot to know, and there's a lot that we have to get right. And we're going to need those 40 hours with Christ Jesus' help to pull it off. Okay. There is a clearance packet. I lost them 2 words earlier in the first service. Clearance packet. We have to submit a clearance packet before we get started, even during the training. But you have to get cleared through Kairos. Now, with that said, you'll also have to get cleared during your training. There's also a DOC clearance. So, and I established earlier that the only person I would probably have trouble with getting cleared is Randy. But I think we've worked around it, right? We've explained some things away. I'm teasing. Just teasing. I don't think Randy had an issue. But it's just very important that we get these things done. I covered that there are 5 training days, there's 40 hours. We understand also that, you know, we are adults, we have lives, we do things outside of our ministry. So if something comes up and you can't make the 40 hours, you have to miss a day. You know, some things we understand is going to be excused, but there has to be a solid dedication to this ministry, because this is what God deserves, and so do these young ladies. And a large part of this training is creating a cohesive unit, so that when we enter the prison, we enter the facility, that there's no doubts, there's no misunderstanding. We know each other. We know each other inside and out. We know each other's story. Nobody's going to be shocked by what somebody says. We're all going to be walking as in a team to present ourselves as a body of Christ to these young ladies. And that can't be, they have to see that. They have to see that we are solid. Now, this is going to take place in August, close to the end of August. We are still seeking God's final date. We are still praying for His final date to when we will go do this. We're not going to throw a dart at the calendar and say, looks good to me. We want His date, because it could mean who we present to, who we're in front of, who we love on is who He wants there. Of course, it's going to be up on top of the hill here at the State Hospital, the crush facility. We're all familiar with it. We all know it as a State Hospital. Now, there are some positions that are still open. The weekend leader is covered. Her name is Pam Amick. We also have a light and lively. Light and lively is just in between the serious moments. We get up, play games, we have fun, and it keeps the blood flowing to the brain. We all know we sit there too long, we get stagnant. Everybody knows. Agape. Agape is agape. And what I mean by that is that it's showing Christ's love. Because he loves with agape love. He loves with a perfect love. And that's what this team would do. I think it's probably, I think she needs probably 2 more people to help her. But that's what this person would do, is to show it the best way we can within the confines of the prison. Mentor guide. That's me, I'm the mentor guide. And that's why I jumped all over this. This is my favorite part about the whole thing. We're not going to walk out of there 3 days later and say, all right, God, you got it. Take care of it. We gave them a Bible. We told them about you. We're going to go back every week for 12 weeks. And we've all seen it where people would, you know, I use this illustration, but we've always seen it where a church would baptize somebody, give them a Bible, slap them on the fan and tell them to go get them tiger. That lasts till they hit the door. And we know that. That's going to last even shorter there. And we have to keep going back. We can go back up to 6 months as long as they're there. It's kind of like a transitional place. They don't stick around very long. They're usually in and out. Kitchen. I need people to cook food. We're feeding the team. We're feeding the residents that's there that we're ministering to. We're feeding the staff, the guards. We're feeding everybody. That's because everybody gets a piece of Jesus before we leave. Also in search of music and somebody to help with, the laptop, running the laptop, tearing things down, the technology aspect of it. The age range for people that can serve, the men have to be 10 years older than the oldest female. And the women have to be 5 years older than the oldest female. Currently, our oldest female is 18 years old. I can't do the math. And the last thing I want to throw out there at you, we bake, how many cookies? Like 3,000? We usually do like 3,000 cookies. Every person in that prison gets 3 cookies. Everybody. When I mean everybody gets a piece of Jesus before we leave, everybody gets a piece of Jesus before we leave. So we need cookie bakers. So, does anybody have any questions? I'm going to forget something. I hope y'all remember here in a minute. So, does anybody have any questions? I do have the clearance packet. I also have the website. I have the clearance packet link. I have all kinds of information if you're interested. It's a great ministry. But it's something you're called to do. And with that said, don't make a decision on nothing until you ask him to. If that's what he wants you to do. Because if he don't want you there, and you do it anyway, it probably ain't gonna work out too well. That's been my experience. I've done it before. So anything? I didn't give that good a presentation. Somebody give me one question. Yes, no, maybe? All right. Well, I'll take that as I guess I've done an all right job. Thanks for your time, and may your favorite team win today.